What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Jay. We are here with some IBA Season 2 draft analysis because you do know, as you know now, Season 2 is on the way. And as this is going up, this is supposed to be going up on a Saturday. So you guys are going to be seeing this on Saturday morning. And that means the season has started. And the next Saturday, we will have our first Season 2 battle. Our opponent will be MetaMech. But without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and get into some draft analysis with you guys. And as it should be on the screen, hopefully, our first pick, round 1, tier 1, is Corviknight. And so I had my eyes on this man the whole time. I'm surprised he got to me because my draft order was 10th. And that's not exactly the best place to be in. I'm thankful I wasn't in the middle. I was more so towards the end. So that way when we went back up, I was only like 5th. But still 10th was, we made do though. We made do. Let's see. Corviknight made our way to us because people were picking G-Maxes and other tier 1s. So I was like, yo, thank God, because like I think the first pick was Gigantamax Venusaur, and then other people were like, oh crap, I need to grab our Gigantamax, and like we had to grab our Gigantamax within the first 3 rounds, so it's kind of like a handicap that had to do it, so that way some mons weren't take. So if you grabbed Inteleon, G-Max Inteleon was gone then, because then it's like, oh crap, you might get a crappy G-Max, so you better hurry up and decide. But we have Corviknight over here, yes sir, and Corviknight is so good because it can be an offensive threat, it can be a defensive pivot, it can be a especially defensive pivot because it does have some good beefy special defense as well, depending on how you set it. It gets defog, it can U-turn, it's a good typing, and it gives us a ground immunity. So I was like, yo, Corviknight is a great mon, it's a great utility to use. So I was like, yes. And then round 2, I was like, yo, we have to snag up our G-Max. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. And we got G-Max Grimmsnarl, which is not bad at all. I love it. That's actually my intended G-Max for this season. That's the one I wanted to kind of build around. Grimmsnarl, like it hits really hard, but its speed tier is a little doo-doo and its defenses are a little but its attack stat and its HP are beautiful, plus it gets Prankster, so that's great. Has access to things like bulk up and whatnot, and gets good it has a very good move pool, and it can be a physical or special attacker depending on what you want to do with it, because it has like base 95 special attack, which isn't too bad. It's not bad at all. You can make it work. So Grimmsnarl gives us that offense, special attacker or physical attacker in Grimmsnarl, so that's good, that's Gucci. So I was like, yo, okay, we have our steel type, we have our fairy type, good. Our Dragon Steel Fairy core is looking beautiful, except that we have 2 weaknesses to fairy if we do draft a dragon, because Grimmsnarl is part dark type, but it's all good. We'll make it work. And so round 2 goes down. Round 3, I was going to go ahead and snag up Rotom Heat because I thought it was a great mon. It has you can pivot, nasty plot, you can defog. You have a lot of things that you could do with Rotom Heat. Unfortunately, I got sniped, so I was like, oh crap. That kind of ruined a little bit of my plans down the road in terms of who I wanted to draft, but it really didn't do that much. So because I wanted to draft another T1, and I was thinking about Toxapex, because if I had gotten Rotom Heat, and I was like, okay, Toxapex look kind of good, but I didn't get Rotom Heat. So I was like, okay, what can I do here? So I look at T1, right? And Volcarona's just chilling. So I was like, yo, I have to grab a good fire type. So we scooped up Volcarona. And so we have Volcarona, and Volcarona is a great mon because like it has good speed tier, it has good special defense, and it has good special attack naturally. Of course, defense and attack are doo-doo butter, so defense is what I would look for. The only thing about Volcarona is that we probably will have to rock out with heavy duty boots, probably all 10 games this season, because like bro, I can't unless I feel like I'm comfortable with rocking lefties or something else or whatever item, because it's just like you bring it in against rocks, and then that's 50% of his HP, and if I can't roost up or something by the end of that, Volcarona is dead upon re-entry. So heavy duty boots lets us give it some longevity and safe switch-ins and whatnot. So that's a good thing about heavy duty boots. But Volcarona is a solid good mod. You can quiver dance, you can do a lot of things with Volcarona, and I'm excited to use it. I'm very excited to use it. And so we got a solid fire type, and that's all I really wanted. And so now I have this list of mons in the round orders. We have round 4 happen, right? And I'm like, okay, I think it's a good time. Nobody's done it. It's a tier 3. So we have our tier 3 Haxorus. Haxorus is our tier 3 mon. And I was like, okay, beautiful. Another solid physical attacker that nobody really wants to deal with base like 147 attack and has a good spirit tier at 97. So I was like, okay, we getting there. We're bouncing back a little bit. So we have Corviknight, we got Haxorus, we have Volcarona, we have Grimmsnarl. So we already have our Fairy Steel Dragon Core, which is not bad at all. It's beautiful, looking juicy. So I was like, okay, so far I have all the pick, my draft pick. I've only got like sniped once so far, and it's round 4. So I was like, okay, beautiful. And so I realized, I looked over, I haven't had my tier 2 pick because I did scoop up Volcarona, who was a free pick because I already got my T1 in Corviknight. And so I'm sitting there looking at the T2s, and a lot of the good T2s were gone. And so I was like, I have to draft a T2 right now, otherwise I'm not going to like what I get. And at the top of the tier, because we did alphabetical order, I decided to go ahead and snag our wizard boy Alakazam, because nobody's grabbing him. Alakazam is a great mon. It's a glass cannon, but if you can get it in on the right circumstances, it's a problem. So it has like base 122, not 122, base 120 speed and base 130 special attack, so it's amazing. You slap a life orb on that guy, it's doing damage, plus it gets access to Nasty Plot this gen, which is beautiful. It's gonna be hitting like a truck. So we do have Alakazam, which is a good tier 2, a good special attacker, because I did need another special attacker on a team aside from Volcarona, so we got that. I was like, okay, got a solid tier 2 pick, because everything else was like, I don't really see it synergizing with my team that well. So Alakazam gives us that solid special attacker that nobody really wants to deal with. I was like, yo, bet. And then next up, round 6, bro. I'm surprised we even got Alakazam in round 5. I thought Alakazam was gonna be gone, but round 6 comes along, and I'm like, yo, let me get this mon right here, because I love this mon. I love using this mon. We got Tentacruel, the bulky squid. Tentacruel allows us to like set up hazards. We also have rapid spin, so we can get a speed boost as well. It gets good, it has good special defense and has good HP stat, also solid speed tier as well, base 100. So I was like, okay, amazing. We have a rapid spinner, special attacker. It helps us out. So boom, a special defensive wall as well. So we got Tentacruels. Tentacruels looking really good right now. Especially, we don't even have to worry about toxic spice if somebody brings them, because we just absorb them because we are a poison type. So that's amazing. Don't have to worry about it. So Tentacruels there, and we can also set up our own toxic spice, which is also very nice as well if we chose to do so. So I was like, okay, beautiful. That is what I wanted. I wanted Tentacruel. I was like, yes. And so round 7 goes down. And I'm like, okay, what can I do right here? What can I do? Because now that's our round 7 had to be our tier 4 pick, and Tentacruel was our tier 3 pick, because we got 2 tier 3 picks. So now I'm in tier 4. I'm like, okay, I need to grab a solid one. So I choose to grab Hitmontop, because Hitmontop is a very good, like, it could be an attacker, it can be especially defensive, it can be defensive, especially with Intimidate, because it's an Intimidate user. That's amazing. Lower attack stat instantaneously, plus it's a rapid spinner. So I was like, yo, I love Hitmontop as a utility mon, and it just allows you to do some things and like wall things out, because you got toxic, you can be a physical attacker low key, and it's just like, it's good to see, it's good to use. Hitmontop is going to give us that good spinning and intimidating viability and whatnot, so that's amazing. I'm excited to use them. I thought it was a great snag, because I mean when I snagged them, people were like, oh snap, and I was like, yes sir, that's ours. And so round 8 goes down, and I'm like, okay, I'm kind of looking like I need an electric type low key, and it was a lower tier, so I was like, okay, I think I can do this. And I snag up a Alolan Raichu, which allows us to pivot more, because looking at my team, I was like, I have no pivots. I have like nothing to like U-turn out and stuff. My only U-turn at the time was like Corviknight, so I was like, okay, what are we gonna do right here? I was like, I just need to snag something. So we get a Alolan Raichu, which gives us access to Volt Switch. It has a good space speed, I believe at 110, I think, and I was like, yes, it's boosting up our speed tier on our mons, because our spirit tier isn't that great with Corviknight and G-Max Grimmsnarl. Those are 2 like base 60s right there, close to it or something like that. And aside from that, we don't have too many mons that are outside of 100. Our highest speed tier is Alakazam at 120, which isn't bad, but it's like there are some faster things, especially like Zeraora or Weavile, stuff like that we have to worry about, but who cares? I mean, I care, but anyways, Raichu low, I thought it was a good pickup. It gives us a psychic type again, but also gives us an electric type, so we have some resistances to our electric. Somebody chooses to use electric types against us, so I was like, okay, that's solid. It's Gucci, we're good. And then next up, round 9, I was about to say 10. I was like, okay, so I have no immunities to, like, if I go against somebody who has like volt turn core, like, bro, U-turn you obviously can't do anything against, but volt switch, I was like, I have nothing to wall a volt switcher if I ran into them. So I was like, I need to grab a ground type, and chilling, I think it was at tier 3, I do believe. Bro was just chilling. We snagged up Sandaconda because I was like, okay. Sandaconda can be a bulky boy, also a physical attacker. It gives us access to glare, which we can paralyze things, so that's exciting as well. So I was like, okay, bet Sandaconda's looking good. It gives us an electric type immunity. Things can't switch, volt switch out. If we had an opponent that chose to do that, we get Sandaconda, which shuts that down a little bit. So I was like, okay, we're here, we're doing the damn thing, we looking good. And so round 10 comes down, and I was like, okay, kind of want another fire type, because there are a lot of things now that are just like, they're the steel types that came in, the grass types that came in, and it's like, I don't want to deal with these things. I don't have to worry about them, like Amoonguss and Tangrowth, and then we got Magnezone and stuff, bulky mons that are just coming through that we don't really want to worry about. And if we don't bring Volcarona or something that week, or Volcarona dies early, I don't have to worry about it. So I was like, okay, let me snag up this powerful boy, just chilling, bro, just chilling. We snagged up Marowak Alolan, the Alolan form, Alolan Marowak out here doing the damn thing. And the good thing about Alolan Marowak, it has access to Rocket. It also gives us another electric immunity in Lightning Rod, which is great. So we have the Thick Club as well, because that makes Marowak do big damage, like super big damage. And we have Rockhead, so Thick Club, Rockhead, Flare Blitz, that's hurting. I don't care if you resist or not, it's hurting. And then it gets access to Poltergeist, so I was like, oh boy, that's gonna be big damage. And like, it's good because in Draft League, you really don't want to not run an item. It's in my opinion, but someone might not run an item because they might be scared. So I'm like, okay, but that works to my advantage either way, because then I know you don't have an item. So I'm like, okay, bet, say less, just do it. So Marowak gives us that good, solid physical attacker. It is a little bit slow, so our speed tier does drop a bit, but I feel like it's okay. And Sandaconda is a little bit slow too. I think we can make it work. We'll make it work. And then our last pick, I actually had drafted Clefairy, so I was like, cause I've seen Clefairy, Eevee like Clefairy put in work. I'm like, okay, I can see it. And then the free agency period went into effect. Like, we have a free 24 hours where we can like make any adjustments to our teams if we wanted to. And I was like, okay, I don't really see any benefit to Clefairy, so I was like, let me select Gourgeist. And so we have Gourgeist right here just chilling. Pumpkin Boy, it's bulky, it's a good defensive wall, and it's a grass type, so that gives us a typing we didn't have. And it gets access to things like Will-O-Wisp and Power Whip. It could be a physical attacker as well. It has good physical attack, and it has different forms depending on which one to do. So we can catch people off guard by what size we bring, because we bring the bigger one that's bulkier, or the faster one that lets us attack more and have greater speed. So I was like, okay, we have a pretty solid team right here. Overall, I'm feeling pretty good about our team. I do have one of the more offensive teams from what I've seen. There are a couple of people who do have some more offensive teams as well. But for the most part, I'm probably like up there, because I see a lot of teams that are actually, they just went straight bulk, and I'm like, oh my god, I did not know, I didn't get this memo. So I'm running, not like, I wouldn't say I'm running hyper offense, because I don't really have that Volt Turn core or whatnot. I do kind of, if I want to do Corviknight Raichu, but either way, it's not prevalent throughout my team, considering I only have like 2 U-turn Volt Switchers or whatever. But we're rocking out here with the offensive thing, so hopefully it's enough to break through the more defensive teams, because there are some teams that bring in bulk, like our rival lock partner Strem. He went ahead and snagged up Tangrowth and Chansey, so that's going to be super annoying to deal with. Somebody picked up like Toxapex, and then another they picked up I forget, but it's just like a bunch of bulk. Oh yeah, Q picked up freaking Bronzong and Runerigus, so that's gonna be dummy annoying to deal with. But it's just like, hopefully we can just break through the mons and just, you know, I'll team build with you guys, of course, as always, because it is the real season now. So we're just gonna go ahead and like straight up go into team building and try to break everything down the best we can, best that I can. So that's the fun part right there. Team building is always cool, you love to see it. But that is going to be the Atlanta Victinis for the IBA Season 2. Let me know what you guys think about our team in the comments below. I'm feeling pretty good. We kind of have a powerhouse team. I'm excited to see what we can do this season. We did go undefeated last season, but we did lose in the playoffs in the semifinals. It would be nice to go undefeated again, but I don't know because I'm kind of hesitant because of the pressure that just built up throughout the season and makes you worry and stuff. But we're going to take it one game at a time. Don't even worry about it. Hopefully we can have a winning season. That's all we really want, and make playoffs. That's the goal right there. I believe we can. I believe in myself, and I believe in our fans over here. You guys supporting me through every battle. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down below about our team. I think our draft is pretty good. I think it's pretty solid. Let me know if you guys see anything that I need to like keep in mind, because you know I'm always down to like suggestions and whatnot. But without further ado, I am your boy Jay. I'm gonna get about your hair, and I'll catch y'all next time. Bye.